Hello and welcome to my tutorial on the Class 101 Diesel Multiple Unit, or DMU to me and you. So just a brief history of the Class 101 on TSW. It appeared on TSW first in the North Trans-Pennine route, then in the Tees Valley, and since then we've seen it on the Great Western in the diesel era one, and also it appears in the West Coast Mainline routes as well, the period ones. The Class 101 is obviously a first generation diesel multiple unit that came out in the 50s, late 50s. They are mechanical, so they are quite clunky to drive. In reality, they are an old school um, train to drive. I think people don't enjoy driving them very much because they're just so clunky. There's a lot to it. But I'm going to show you how they work and kind of give you an idea. I'm going to jump on there's 2 and 3 car variants. You can even have 4s and 5 cars and 6 cars as well. I'm going to go on to the Great Western Express, just purely. I'm just going to really, and just pick a random service. Great Western Express. Yeah, that'll do. Oh no, I'll go a bit later so it's brighter. Yeah, that'll do. 1246 Slough to Paddington. I always have custom weather. I'm gonna just make it a bit brighter, like clouds. That's for me. I've not used a conductor mode yet, but I will look at it in a minute. So we'll look predominantly at driving these trains. Like I say, these trains are mechanical, so they actually have vacuum brake, and they have a manual gear system. So they're not like other trains, which you literally you go in, you pull one handle, sometimes it's two. The train just drives and off it goes, and you just got to put the put the power off, or put the brake on, or both. This is very much a mechanical train. You really do have to drive. So I'm going to show you through it. By the way, I'm not sticking to any times or anything on this because it will take me time to explain things. So I'm not sticking to going all the way to London or sticking to times or anything. I will be late, and that's all part of the tutorial. Okay, so here is the Class 101. So having a quick look at it on the outside. Oh, we've got a 6 car as well. So let me go back into the cab. Just having a brief look round. This is how it looks. All those there that I'm pointing at now with my cursor are the lights that should be showing, the engines that should be running, sorry. Obviously you can have up to a 6 car formation. Apparently all the engines are running. Okay. Here's where you can start and stop the engines. I suggest you don't do that. These are the markers. They're always set to off. So you go up for white and you go down for red. Obviously we're going forward, so we want to put them on white. There's no DRA or vigilance system on these, because the dead man on on these trains was always you held down one of these. I think you held this down. One of these handles you held down, because my dad used to drive these. I'm sure he had to hold down. I think it was a gear one. You had to hold it down. If you let go, it flipped up. A bit like the underground trains. If anyone's got the underground trains on TSW, if you let go after so many seconds, if you didn't put it back down again, the brake kicked in. That was the Deadmans, the Vigilance. It was called Deadmans back then. We call it Vigilance in this day and age. So control system wise, let's just go through it. You've obviously got your destination blind. You can turn the indicator on and off. I don't know what a test does. It just brings up that lamp. Don't need it. That's the buzzer code for when the guard and yourself communicate for stuff. Here's all your instrument lights, panel lights. What's this? Engine RPM changeover switch. Oh, so this just indicates what the RPM is on the engine from which you're driving, but it looks like you can swap it around to the other engine if you wanted to. This is the guard buzzer, which obviously presses that. So just to quickly go over buzzer codes, if you don't know, if you hear a 1 from the guard, it's to stop. 2 is to get ready to start. 3 is to set back. 3 is the guard. Well, I think that's is the guard required by the driver. 4 is to slow down when propelling. 5 is driver or guard having the train in accordance with the rules, whatever that means, they're leaving it. 6 is to draw up. Now 6 can be used where, let's say the signal's at red, but it's a distance away from the station. The guard could actually say, he's locked up the train, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is, oh, the train is safe, you can now draw up to the signal. 7, correct vacuum indicating the rear guard's compartment during tests. And 9, driver to stop at first available telephones and request police assistance. I guess 9, I guess the ones that you use the most is 2, potentially 6, and hopefully not 9, but yeah, maybe 3 as well. So obviously we can't leave yet anyway because that 31 went in front of us, so that's good, that's helped. This is the braking system. So the brake operates like that. That fully applies vacuum, and then you do that to release it. Now obviously the brake still keeps going and going and going until you intervene by putting it in the lap. So basically what you're doing is you're filling as much vacuum as you need. If you don't understand how a vacuum system works, you apply a certain amount of vacuum into the system, and then that will gradually slow the train down. If you put too much in, you can release it. If you're not putting enough in, you reapply it like that. Okay. You have your forward and reverser like that. It defaults to off. You've got forward and you've got reverse. So you don't have a neutral. Yes, there is an end, but we'll go back to that in a minute. So we'll keep it to off for now. This is your gear selector. So it's in neutral. So that's a neutral. Goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Speedo, engine rev counter. As you can see, there are arrows down and up. We'll explain those in a moment. There's your vacuum brake indicator, as I said. There's your handbrake, which should be released. That's your emergency brake, which obviously for the second man, because obviously you can't reach it from here. This is your control key. So that's basically like, it's like your master key. Gives you power to the cab. And under here is your AWS. So there you go. I've just now, interestingly, not all of the 101s appear to have this, or they're in a slightly more awkward place, but it should be under the second man's seat. So I've just put the AWS on. I'm now going to turn control. Now I haven't even unlocked the doors. I don't even know which side the doors are going to be. Oh, right hand side. So I'll unlock them now, which I'm using the keyboard, so I've pressed U. Alternatively, you can hold down the left. I'm using a PlayStation 4, by the way, but obviously whatever control system you have, if you've got a controller, you'd hold the left button and then press lock or lock, not right, unlock, etc. So I'm just going to get out of that. Oh yes, AWS of course is that big dome there for cancelling it. There's your AWS sunflower, which obviously at the moment is red and black. Once we go over a green in the next magnet, that should go black, as long as it's still green. So we're just loading the passengers at the moment. I will now set the reverser into forward. Currently still in neutral. I can put it into first if I wanted to, and you'll hear the engine start to labour. It's a bit like when you're standing at lights and you put your clutch down. I'll put it back to neutral. Right, doors can be locked. Yep. I'm going to get 2 from the guard. I'm using my keyboard, so it's B on the keyboard or it's up on the control if you've got it set up. Oh no, it doesn't work on this. You have to physically do it. So you have to physically press it, unfortunately. Yep.
The next station is Langley. This
not very realistic.
To London Paddington.
So I've took the controller off now. So what you would do is you would choose first gear. You would let your brake off. Going the wrong way. Sorry. Let your brake off. You will probably start to roll. Well, you should start to roll. No, going backwards. Put some throttle on. You'll start moving. How fast is the... Right, 15 out of here, isn't it? Yeah. Now, as you can see, the revs are coming up. See the rev counter? The revs are going into the yellow now. So let the engine rev up a bit. Now, I am using controls to change the gears. I'm not using the cursor. Your controls might be different to mine, but basically, I'm going to go through the theoretics. So it's just 15 to come out of there. What's the next stop? Langley. and then I'll put my foot down again. Now, once you get to there, you power off, you choose your next gear, let it drop below the yellow, and put the power back on. So you must make sure that the needle is out of the band when it's coming out of the down. So powering up, powering up, powering up, powering up, powering up, get to the top, power off, let the needle drop, next gear, open up again. You can do that a lot faster, but I'm doing it slow just to show you how to get that change and what you have to do. I always keep my brake handle in lap, so I'm ready to drop and go. There's the bell. The AWS, as you can see, look, has gone black. Just coming up to 40. I've got one more gear left, and I will now power off, change gear, and power on again. And there you go, nice and smooth. If you do not let that needle drop and you try and power up, it will just rev and you won't get any power. Okay, so I'll do an example of now. So I'll do that. I'll drop the gear down. Oh, let's drop it to there. I'll open up the power, and it'll want me to rev like that. So if I power off, but then don't, so it'll power off, and then I change the gear like that, it won't work. So I've got to let it drop and then add the power in. But obviously I'm going too fast, and then do it again. So you have got to make sure that you let the needle drop below the yellow line. Braking is a bit trickier with the DMU, I will not deny. Let's have a look. We're only going 45 and we're just under a mile away from Langley, so I am going to, and also if you change gear while you're still accelerating, it'll just rev. So I'm going to power off, drop to neutral, so I'm just coasting, start putting in a bit of brake. Oh, going the wrong way, always do this. Put a bit of brake in, probably go to about 10, then I'll lap it. On a keyboard, if you've got one, you can press the slash button, which is next to the shift on the right hand side, the right hand shift, or you can just return it using your controls. It just takes a bit longer. So I'm slowing down quite easily, so I think I'm going to just release the brake a little bit, drop it to 15, otherwise I'm going to come to a stand. But I am doing this for, I'm just showing you how the train brakes. So I'm going to release the brakes as I'm going to come to a stand. In fact, what I might do is I'm going to get second. I'm going to power up a little bit because we're going a bit slow. Because we're going about 20 miles an hour, I chose second gear. So I'm going to power off again, drop it into neutral, let it just do a bit of rolling. Don't think we need any brake just yet. We are a 6 car, so we can pretty much use probably the full length of the platform. So I'm going to let it roll in. Probably might start putting a bit of the brake in, steady brake. Go to about 15, lap it. Slowing down relatively steadily. Might just put a bit more brake in, lap it. I'm coming up to the 4 to 6 board, which I would assume is the board they want us to stop at. Yeah. So a nice steady crawl there. Put a bit more brake in to come to a stand. Lap it. And there we are. Open the doors. Here we are. So that's how you basically stop it. It's not, it's not a great deal. It's not too difficult. So when I normally let the brakes sit at about 15 because because these don't have interlocking. If you let the brakes off, the train will roll, even if it's not in gear. Okay. So here we are. Okay, let's get the doors locked. Lovely. Let's get the 2 off the guard. Give him 2 back, or give them 2 back. I'm going to put myself into first gear. I'm going to release my brake and add on some throttle so we don't roll back, and off we go. Next stop is Ivor, yeah, 1.5 miles away. Power off again, into gear 2, and power on again. Probably hopefully get to about 35-ish mile an hour before we can have to slow down to variable again. I suppose that, as you can see, the acceleration, even though you've got 6 engines technically running, the acceleration isn't great on these trains, especially with it being a stopping train. You're you know, you're not exactly flat. Whereas with a 165 or any, you'll be probably doing nearly 45-50 mile an hour by now. You can operate the washer with this, the wiper, sorry. It turns that on and it turns back off again. I'm not going mad with the gears because we've got to slow down again for either, so I'm just gonna, yeah, I've got to 40. I'm just gonna let us trot along at 40 mile an hour, I think. Put it into neutral, so we're just coasting. Station Ivor's coming up, we're doing 40. Might start putting a bit of brake on now. Lap off. Start steadily slowing ourselves down.
We are now approaching Ivor.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
I mean, I probably could be a bit more ruthless and wait a bit closer, but I think I'm just trying to, you know, explain and get you to understand how the braking system works and what you can and can't get away with. I might try and be a bit more, maybe on the next station I might be a bit more ruthless. But it also shows how, actually, despite the fact that the braking system's a bit quirky, you can bring these trains under control quite easily. People are very quick to just put full brake on and then wonder why the train suddenly stops when they've released it. And that, I think, is what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm trying to explain how the braking system works. So, just a steady... because I think the S-board's just there, look. So nice steady. Oh, probably a little bit too premature there, but there we go. Nice little stand.
This is Ivor.
Open up the door.
To London Paddington. The next station is West Drayton.
West Drayton. Yep. We'll have a bit more of a choppy go at West Drayton, so you can see what it's like to try and do it a bit later. I forgot if you can open these. Can you open the window? No, you can't open the window. I'm sure you can. I think you can open the window. Oh, you can open the window. Ah, lovely. Sorry for... Let's get them doors locked.
The next station is West Drayton. This is a service to London Paddington.
Sorry, I just put my hand on the microphone, so that's what that boom was. try to be a bit more ruthless this time with the braking. See, so you can see the different speeds and how it reacts. To be fair, the braking is pretty good at stopping the train. It's just getting it right. You've just got to be steady with it. So we're coming up to 50. There's West Drayton just coming into view. So I'm going to power off now, drop myself into neutral. I'm not going to put the brake on yet. I'm going along at 45, so I'm going quite quick. Okay, I'm now going to put some brake on to about there. Slap it to lap. Watch the speed. Am I slowing down? I'm coming down. Yeah, that's a steady speed I'm dropping down at. I think we're coming down quite nicely. Might just release it slightly. I like 15. 15's a nice brake if you want a nice smooth stop. But yep, we're slowing down quite nicely. In fact, a bit too nicely. So again, it's just judging that braking really. It's trusting the train to stop, isn't it? So now that we've hit the platform edge, I'll put a bit of brake on. Probably see that I'm only taking it steady. I can open it more if I wanted to. If I really wanted to open it up, I could. So I could actually just go like that and then lap it. Just hitting it hard. But that was a bit too much, so I'm just going to release it a bit and let us roll up to the 4 to 6 board. And hopefully have a nice, generally nice stop. And there we are. Not too far off.
This is West Drayton.
Lovely.
This is a service to London Paddington. The next station is Hayes.
Hayes. Oh, someone's sneezing. I mean, it is nice having the announcements, but we know obviously back in the day they wouldn't have had these announcements. There we go. All the doors are shut. Buzz buzz. Release the brakes. Put my gear in. Put some acceleration on. Luckily we're downhill, so I was rolling. Lap my brake handle.
The next station is Hayes. This is a service to London Paddington.
Ooh, yeah. I do find the DMU interesting to drive. It's something different. Yes, it's a bit complicated at times. Yes, you've got to really think and you're constantly watching the dash, but it is so that is the horn for the speed, the 70 speed, which we won't be going over anyway. Now I think you get another one as well. I think this is an error. This has always been an issue with this signal, where it gives us the wrong. Oh, let's go. Oh, brilliant! They fixed it. So it used to always give us the horn for the restrictive aspect for the other line, because that signal on the right hand side is for going over to the other line, and we're not going over to the other line. Oops, sorry for the sniffing. I've had this little bug going. I've had it since beginning of January, but it comes and goes. Depends on what I'm doing, where I'm going. So we're just coming to Heathrow Airport Junction. Sorry, it's called. Hayes is what? No, 3/4 of a mile around the corner from the junction, I think. Where are we? Yeah, it's a 1.4 at the moment. Now these can only really do 60 in reality. They will do 75. What's the maximum speed on these? Doesn't really tell you, but you can go 75. They will go 75, but because a lot of the time they're on locals, you very rarely get them to. So we have got a bit of speed at the moment. We're definitely chugging along. We've got a mile till Hayes. It's 55 mile an hour. It's not like it's going too rapid. When we get to 60, I'm nearly half a mile from the station, I'm going to pull off. And then I'm going to apply a bit of brake. Apply a bit more brake.
We are now approaching.
Apply a bit more brake.
The gap between the train and the platform, and take care when
All of a sudden you're like, uh-oh, I'm not going to stop here. There we go. Makes us slow it down enough. But you can see that it was slowly not responding, and you kind of have to, but then this is where you've got to control it now. So now that I've managed to slow it down, I'll get that brake released, let it steadily roll into the platform, and then just put a bit of brake on for the end of the platform. Where do we stop? Yeah, it's there, look, there's the board. So a nice steady stop there. Make sure we fit. I'm sure we'll fit anyway, but we'll go right to the 4-6 board. Brake. A bit sharper than I wanted to, but there you go. And there it is.
Service to London Paddington. The next station is Southall.
Yeah. So you can see there was I was sort of almost panicking that I wasn't going to stop, but then all of a sudden, it just, as soon as I put enough brake on, it slowed right down. So it is responsive. I mean, it is a 6 car, that may help a little bit in it, but yeah. Oh, not close the doors. That's my fault. Release them brakes. Put myself into gear. Put some. Oh.
The next station is Southall. This is a service to London Paddington.
I am also a bit. I will admit, I am also a bit rusty. I've not really played with the DMU much over the past few years. I had a go a couple of weeks ago, realised actually how much fun it is, and I thought, oh well, I'll have a play again today, and while I'm here I'll make a video. I'm not professing to be an expert, by the way, but I've obviously played it many times now, and my dad used to drive these as well, so I guess I understand the principles behind them, and that's the main reason why I thought I'd do this today. They are a complicated train to drive, there's no doubt about it, and I've seen many people struggling to drive them or asking questions about them, so I thought I'd... And also, I think they're a train that get forgotten about a lot, so I thought, no, let's come on, let's get the 101 back on the map. It's such a versatile unit, you can drive it in so many different routes. I mean, obviously, I'm running late, but remember, I did leave Slough late anyway, because of the Class 31, and also generally experimented and showing you how the brakes worked, etc., has further delayed us. So, where are we? Yeah. So I'll keep powering, keep powering, keep powering, keep powering. And it's safe all there. I will now power off. Drop into neutral. I'm going to try something a bit different this time. Just for... Yeah. I'm now going to put on a good bit amount of brake. I've gone to about just below 10. That's lapping. It is slowing down at a good steady pace. I'm quite comfortable with that. The way the train's slowing down. Might just pull it off slightly. Now I've got to 30. Just to let it steadily roll into the station. bit more. So it wouldn't be so bad with the 2s and 3 cars. This, yeah, with the 6 car, I've got to go a little bit further down the platform. So it does feel like it takes forever. There we go. And here we are.
This is Southall. This is at service to London Paddington.
So that's the general
next
basics
station is
of
Hampton.
driving the Class 101. Hope I've covered everything. I'm going to call it quits with the driving at this stage. If you want to keep watching, I'm going to now go on the guard mode, which I haven't actually done yet, but I want to try it myself, and I thought, well, I might as well keep videoing it. So that's the driving of a Class 101. Hopefully you've learnt a few things there. Hopefully you've seen a few mistakes that I've made, which some of them were on purpose, some of them weren't intentional, but you can see how all the different ways in which you can try, and the brakes is definitely a fine art. Changing the gears, once you get used to it, becomes quite easy. So that's it. That's how you drive a Class 101. So my next protocol now is I'm now going to do the same service, but with I'm going to do the guard mode. Now I've actually not played the guard mode, so you will have to bear with me. Okay. While everything loads up. So let's go to the trains, train depot, timetable 101. We'll do the Great Western again. We'll do the same service. We might as well do the same service, 1246. Oh, where's it gone? Oh. Where is it? 8. There it is. I'm not going to do the, because I'm guarding, I don't really care about the weather. So let's conductor it. Now I haven't got the tutorial turned on, so I will be probably fumbling through it slightly, so I do apologise. But again, what I like about the tutorials is making the mistakes, because if I make the mistakes, then you can see how I fix them. I always think a good tutorial is making mistakes, or a good tutorial is seeing the mistakes. Now, how do I unlock the doors? I don't actually know, if I'm honest. So I'm gonna, because I've not got the expert mode on, I don't actually know how to unlock the doors. What's all these? That's a guard buzzer. So I'm not entirely sure how we do that, if I'm completely honest. Oh, they're already open. Oh, what was that? Right. So I'm a bit unsure. The doors obviously open themselves, because I guess they're manually controlled, aren't they? So what do I do as a guard then? I guess I've just got to get on and press the buzzer and check tickets, perhaps. Well, the 31's going first. Oh, 31,290. So I guess that must be what happens. I actually have in the loft a 1989 90 and a 1991 diesel multiple unit platform 5 book, and I actually checked these set numbers against these vehicle numbers, and they have actually got them right, which I was quite surprised at, because obviously they were still around in the late 80s, early 90s. Whether they're right, they look the same, I don't know, but the numbers were right. The set numbers and the vehicle numbers all matched up. Drivers all set up, look. Blow your whistle. Oh, L2. Oh, that's clever, isn't it? So I can't blow my whistle because we can't go anywhere, because I'll be dispatched against the red, won't I? So at the present moment in time, I can't go anywhere. So all the doors open on their own, all the doors close on their own. So all you need to do is blow your whistle. What did that say? Clumb up the stairs. Did you see that then? Did that say clumb up the stairs? Clumb up steps. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Brilliant. Oh, I love it. I can't even see that signal. We got a signal yet? In fact, I might go to the... I'm probably in the wrong door, aren't I? So let's... How do I shut that door? Oh. Don't know how to shut it. Oh well, I'll have to leave it open. There'll be another guard's compartment when they're in the other unit. If I jump in this guard compartment... Oh, there it is. And I'll clumb up steps. I can't actually see the signal. Oh, got a single yellow, so I'm happy to... So that's a bit crap, isn't it? So I'll clumb up steps and I'll press my whistle and off we go. So you've got to be on the train. So what's the buzzer for then? So that's pointless, isn't it? So a little bit of a backwards way of doing things, really. Yeah, a bit strange that, because that's not really how you'd... And there's a door left open at the moment on the other unit, so whoops. And I've got tickets to check, and they're probably all on the back train. Because no one here wants a ticket check-in. So, interesting. Yeah, might need a bit of work. Oh, some here, look. Oh, okay. Maybe they are here then. Let's have a look. Slough to Hayes and Harlington, 12th of March 1970. Yep, that's fine. Slough to Ivor, 12th of March. Yeah, that's fine. Hello. Slough to Paddington, 12th of March. Yeah, that's fine. Got 3 left, but there's only... Oh, there's only 1... Oh, so I can't check the other 2 because they're in the other train. Slough to Hamwell and Elthorn, 15th of March. That's added. That's the wrong date, so sorry, that's not valid. And I can't actually... Oh, excuse me. That's very clever, isn't it? Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put 2 of the passengers on a different set that you can't walk through to. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not overly convinced this is right, because surely you blow the whistle to shut the doors, absolutely, but then you buzz the driver to go. So I'm going to exit this now because I don't think this is right. It's correct. I mean, obviously for the game, that's pretty much what you do. So I'm not entirely, you know, it's not right, that isn't. So hope that the driving tutorial was useful and that you have learnt how to drive a Class 101. The guard mode, not quite as convinced with it, unfortunately. I don't think it's correct, to be honest, so I'm going to leave it there. So thank you for watching, and look for some of my other tutorials, which I'm going to start doing over the next few weeks in the future.